Hello, folks. It's an emergency broadcast. It needs to be shared. Shared all over Canada. We got three scumbags. Three brutal, unbelievable, dirty, rotten, filthy scumbags. Absolute traitors to all Canadians and all First Peoples. Danielle Smith, Premier of Alberta. Scott Moe, Premier of Saskatchewan. And their filthy, dirty, lying, cheating Prime Minister cohort, Justin Trudeau. Now, everybody hear me out. I was to go to Texas to give this intellectual property. I was sponsored with an E2 visa, given my own plenary session with 5 of the world's greatest federalist experts in the world, and I was going to give the Constitutional Conventions Act of Alberta, written, presented to everybody in Canada. I didn't just do Alberta. I ended up giving the intellectual property to all provinces who wanted it. Specifically needed at the time was Premier Francois Legault, Premier Scott Moe, and Premier Danielle Smith. So I wrote it for every single province and territory in Canada. 13. Massive amount of intellectual property. And today, Danielle Smith tweeting out, "You're going to lose all your resource rights. The federal government's going to rescind it," because Scott Moe is purposefully violating not only the treaties with the First Peoples, but all treaties with the UK and the USA. I just shared, I'm going to do a massive presentation on international law. We're bound to. I don't agree with all of it, but we're bound to it, Canadians. We don't have a powerful country to kick the shit out of Russia, kick the shit out of the USA, kick the shit out of the UK, France, and we can go on, even through to China. We don't have the strength, the might, or the right. You're being bamboozled by Danielle Smith, who works with Justin Trudeau, and Scott Moe's Saskatchewan Party, which is what? The Liberal Party of Canada made in a province. Wake up, Westerners and all Canadians, because these two cheats work explicitly with Justin Trudeau. If you don't believe me, go look at Edmonton City Centre right now, capital of Alberta. Who is the UCP candidate? Oh yeah, it's the director of the Liberal Party of Canada. Now hear me out, folks. If Justin Trudeau can get 2 idiot premiers who can lie and cheat and manipulate all Albertans and Saskatchewans, us, the lowlife, degenerate third-class hillbillies, and what are referred to as the stupid savages, numbered treaties, if he can fool all of you, Scott Moe and Danielle Smith, and make you believe that somehow they're not working with the Liberal Party, that the Liberals are being bad, they're going to take away our resource rights control. That's right, becoming a unitary state like Europe. That is the goal of all Liberals and all federal conservatives and all their counterpart provincial parties. They do not want you to do any provincial constitutionalism, none whatsoever. They don't want you to settle the claims with any of the First Peoples. They don't want any Canadians becoming wealthy, not from the third class, and they definitely don't want any savages defined in the 1876 Indian Act having any wealth or any autonomy, self-determination, self-government, any of it. No settle the claims. So Scott Moe and Danielle Smith have been violating not only international law, but treaties with some pretty big, heavy-hitting countries, USA, UK for just 2. just to, even though the rest of the world says we're pieces of shit. Our countries are broken. We're old world order. Folks, resources are promised to the provinces as long as the provinces codify provincial constitutions laid out. Everybody, laid out. Section 92 to 144. None of your greasy, shitty, lying, degenerate, thieving politicians have ever wanted to do that. And now the Liberals are saying, if you don't do it, we're going to take the power for ourselves. Daniel Smith and Scott Moe don't want provincial constitutions. It can all end tomorrow. All the numbered treaties in Alberta and Saskatchewan can get a tremendous amount of land. So can every Saskatchewanian and Albertan. You can all, every man, woman, and child, get 35 acres. You can also get rights to your resources explicitly. All First Peoples too. It's literally 1,000 acres for every first person, man, woman, and child. All numbered treaty Indians, all Métis, and all Inuit. 1,000 acres for every man, woman, and child. 35 for every Albertan, every Saskatchewanian. Just like that. And you get your resources, you personally. Imagine codifying that. Well, it's a tremendous amount of wealth. And you're dirty fucking filthy. Daniel Smith and Scott Moe definitely don't want that. They want a deal with the federal crown. They want a deal with Justin Trudeau and give you the illusion that they're somehow fighting for you. The Alberta Constitutional Conventions Act, October of 2022, published. Quebec took a little portion of it, at least part one. Daniel Smith threw the rest in the garbage. Scott Moe threw it in the garbage. He said, we will violate every Indian. We hate the fucking Indian. That's what Scott Moe and Daniel Smith are doing. They hate all Indians to the point they want them dead. They want them genocided. It's a long-running truth in this country. That's the legal speak. That's their spit speak. That's what they believe. And they will destroy all the Canadian subjects in Alberta and Saskatchewan to get their way. They want the power back with the federal centralized system. They're doing this on purpose to take what little rights you Albertans and Saskatchewans have, and they're going to send it to the centralized system. They're doing it on purpose. They work for the CPC. They work for the Liberal Party of Canada. Again, if you don't believe me, look at Daniel Smith's cast of characters for the next provincial election, just in 2 months. The director of the Liberal Party of Canada, Edmonton City Centre. Do you believe this, bitch? Do you believe Scott Moe, the lying, cheating whore, man whore? You're crazy if you do, folks. Share the video. Get the truth out. The truth, the reality, the legal truth is there. All Daniel Smith and Scott Moe have to do is enter into provincial constitutions. Give you, the people, the power tomorrow. She can do it before the next election. She could have constitutional conventions for all the First People and all Albertans. Same as Scott Moe. Could do it tomorrow. They've had all kinds of time. They even have the document of how to do it in legal form. Easily done. Easily done by any premier. It's been in the Constitutional Acts of Canada forever and a day since 1867. Part 5, 1867, never removed, never repealed, never dismembered. There, forever and a day. Section 5, go look at it, folks. Get off your ass and go do it. Section 58 out of Part 5. Provincial constitutions. Power of the Lieutenant Governor, Lieutenant Governor, for the ear-sensitive UK loyalist lovers. Go read it for yourself. And there you go on to the tremendous amount of rights and freedoms bestowed upon all Canadian subjects and all Canadian savages, defined. 1867, 1876 Indian Act. Let's change the narrative. Let's do what at least they gave us in 1867. Is it everything? No, but it's half. Tremendous amount of property rights, water rights, which are not small things. If you don't believe me, go to any of the 50 states in the United States. You will find that 30% of all state constitutions go through property rights in tremendous detail, because it's not a federal power, it's a provincial power. But if you let these crummy, degenerate, low-life, lying, cheating, filthy politicians lie to you, they will remove everything from you, and we will become a unitary, autocratic crown colonial state. Just like who? The fucking UK. And why? Read the preamble of your constitution. We will model this country entirely as the UK, to their fucking benefit. We even give our sovereignty away. Is that a great preamble? Oh no, lawyers say, oh no, we're taught in school. Just ignore that part. Really? Really? We're supposed to believe that shit? That load of crap? What kind of country makes that an introductory to your country? Show me another one, folks, because I've read all 215 constitutions in this world today. Only 193 UN states, but even countries not recognized, had the sense to at least craft a constitution for their people and at least introduce their country out to the rest of the world as a sovereign UN country. People have the sovereignty. We don't even have that. We're old world disgust, putrid. We narrate slavery, savagery. What kind of country is this? And what do people believe? This is an emergency broadcast. Get it out there. I've already presented filthy Danielle Smith and dirty Scott Moe and their loving masters. Absolutely Justin Trudeau. Absolutely Pierre Poilievre. And absolutely filthy Jagmeet Singh. They are corrupt beyond all corruption. They are the loyalists of old. There's been many treaties Canada's bound to with UK and USA. I suggest everybody go look at bilateral agreements of the United States and the UK and read them all. Stop listening to idiots. Read it for yourself. There's a tremendous amount. Go through the history, log your own years, write them out, and start getting your brain working. You're never going to get these civics from anybody. Canada doesn't want you to know. Canada wants you to be stupid, ignorant, bumbling, and submissive. Like a child, like a slave, like a savage. That's what they want. You down on your knees, your mouth wide open, and they're going to fill you up with what they want to fill you up with. I'm sorry my speak doesn't suit everybody, but the truth is in the reality we face right now of a corrupt set of premiers aimed at destroying what was the Northwest, that was of the Northwest Rebellion, and all the First People and all those Western subjects. Danielle Smith is not your friend. From High River to the floor crossing, she is nothing but a liberal, loyalist-loving piece of dung. The worst one you could put in, worse than Jason Kenney. And Albertans can't wise up to it. But you can share and you can get the truth out that she had the Constitutional Conventions Act to repeal the Executive Powers Act of Alberta 1905, which happens to be the same act for Saskatchewan 1905, removing all real democracy and cementing a dictatorial crown, turning all of you into dirty subjects, no good fucking slaves, and all First Peoples to be forever savages, to be murdered, liquidated, destroyed, or be good little subjects, leave the reserve and become a regular slave like every other Albertan and Saskatchewan under the 1905 Executive Powers Act. which can be repealed, and a constitution can be put in place any time for all of you who could be the people, at least provincially in your region, with tremendous powers over education, health, rules of governance, how to govern and accountability, rights over your resources, your water, the list goes on and on. Property, for fuck's sakes, property rights. Are you a communist? You're worse than a communist, folks. You're a living slave to a class of tyrannical loyalist elites who believe that they are gods over all of you. Are you going to let it fly? Are you going to sit there and go, well, we got to? You're going to lose your property. You're going to lose everything. And it's going to go to Justin Trudeau or Pierre Poilievre or Jagmeet Singh. Doesn't matter. It's Justin Trudeau, His Majesty's Prime Minister, and Pierre Poilievre, His Majesty's official opposition. If you don't get it yet, they're all one crown. And you're the subjects. You're the ones who get beat down. And worse, if you're labeled the savage, you will be liquidated. You will be genocided, culturally, spiritually, and physically. That's my video. It's major. Get it out there. You, the people, can stop it. You, the people, can demand provincial constitutionalism where the federal government's hands off. But again, that requires a real premier, not a liar, not a scumbag, not an in-bed loyalist with the centralized system. Again, if you don't believe me, Section V, 1867, 58, Section 58 under Part 5. Read it. Provincial constitutions through Lieutenant Governor and your Premier. Read your 1905 Executive Powers Act. All amendments of the Canadian Constitution come with an Executive Powers Act version and a year of those tremendous amendments to the Canadian Constitutional Acts. And you get Part V, Section 58, provincial constitutions by way of Lieutenant Governor for Premier, and that's Section 92 all the way to 144. Tremendous powers that you don't have. And if you don't do it, yes, Justin Trudeau, Pierre Poilievre, or any of the prime ministers can take away any of those rights listed because your filthy fucking corrupt premiers don't want to codify you, the people. They want you good little subjects, good little savages, and they're going to fill their pockets, keeping all the autocratic power, empowering the prime minister, and pretending somehow they didn't know this was going to happen. I promise you all, Scott Moe and Danielle Smith know full fucking well, just as Premier Francois Legault does, and he enacted at least Part 1 for now. But Danielle Smith and Scott Moe, they don't want to. They want to trick and bamboozle all of you. Be good little slaves and good little savages. It's our money, our country, our property, our wealth, not yours. You aren't even fucking people. Your slaves are savages, and that's what you are. We're the great ones. You're the garbage. Share the video. Get it out there. Don't let this fly. Don't take it lying down. This is truth. Credible, real, and extremely verifiable. I was invited on the greatest legal stage in the entire world to present this, and I gave it away for you, the people. I lost my E2 green card, still got to participate, but I certainly didn't get in any law journals, did I? I certainly didn't get sponsored to work in the United States for a year, did I? And I did that for you. I'm not mad. But at this point, with what Danielle Smith and Scott Moe are doing, you all need to know, and you all need to stand up now in your provinces, and you've got to rein these tyrants in. And I'm not saying go with NDP, Rachel Nolley. She's a tyrant too. They're all tyrants. But you, the people, need to rally those legislatures. Provincial constitutions. Part V, Section 58, 1876. It's there. It's law, the highest law of the land. Why the fuck are no one pounding for this? Why the fuck are these premiers not doing that? Because they don't want you, the people. They want you, the subjects and savages. They want them, the first class divine elite, filling their fucking pockets like all these garbage bastards and bitches before them. They don't care about any of you. It's all about them and their terrific crown loyalist lies. Their wealth, your expense. Share, share, share. Get it out there. God bless everybody.